Hello Neppers, it's me, Wild Neptune, and in today's video, we're going over what might be the last set of banners before the collab, or at least before the collab is announced, maybe? Not quite sure. Anyway, before that, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and follow me at Twitch, twitch.tv/WildNeptune. Let's go. So, first up, it's the Mystic rotation,
a customer. We have a
and it
visitor.
is going to be, of course, Ruele of Light and Inferno Kawazu. So, repeat MO5 strong unit with a new MO4 who does look primed and ready to be a force in the current RTA meta. Not really going to talk much about Inferno Kawazu. It is always a risk if you don't want the MO5 to go for the MO4. A risk that I personally would suggest you don't take if you are pretty far down into pity. So really, it's going to be more about Ruele here. Now, she is getting a skin. And I have a little picture of it here. Of course, it is going to be for RTA, like the other two, or three RTA skins. You do have to get Masters or higher. And here it is. Those legs, though. It is a very, it's a really good looking skin, if I'm honest with you. I really like it. Also, she has, like, the Keyblade. So, or key staff. I don't know. But, what is Ruele good for right now? She's kind of a, I'd say, decent fill spot right now in a lot of content. So she's rarely going to be the best at anything anymore. There's almost always going to be a better option than Ruele in a lot of circumstances. But she's almost never going to be bad, right? So, look at my Ruele right now and her current build. This weapon kind of sucks. I would like to get a better one, but something kind of like this is what you're going to aim for. Typically, here she has those crazy like girlfriend type face, and yeah, she's just a safe choice, not top of the meta right now, but something that you can plug in to a lot of teams to help round them out. So definitely good for a roster to have, but not going to be meta breaking like she was in earlier seasons in RTA. Still very strong though for like Guild Wars. Okay for things like Arena. She's fallen off a little bit because on offense there's a lot of Politis, and on defense there's a lot of damage that's coming out, and you really need like something, and you really need Rowana too on a lot of defense teams, and it's a little too passive having two Soul Weavers usually on Arena defense. Not that I would recommend you pull a unit for Arena defense in the first place. So if you just want a solid unit who's going to probably serve you pretty well for the rest of the game, yeah, Ruele is a good choice. Remember though, that next week there is probably going to be the reveal of the next MO5 and their kit, so you might want to wait a week to see what that is before you commit to Ruele, especially since the 5-star in the rotation isn't, I mean, Green Bologna is good, but she's mostly probably going to be an imprint for a lot of people into Seaside Bologna, and this artifact sucks, right? Nobody uses this. So, because of that, if you do plan on pulling Ruele or are on the fence about it, you might want to wait a week anyway, just to see more information. But that is the Mystic summons, and of course, we do have RGB summons too. And as we know, it is going to be Melissa and Iseria. So we'll talk about Iseria first. Iseria comes with Song of Stars. And I feel like more players want the Song of Stars for things like their one-shots or their newer players, and they want it for like the Furious or Wyvern. And they are like debating whether or not they should spend the 240 dust. We'll get to that in a minute. Iseria herself is a good unit, but not a necessary unit, right? She's, in a way, kind of similar to Ruele right now in that case, where Ruele is a very good unit, but not really necessary. Iseria, though, just has fewer overall uses than Ruele does as far as the game modes go. And she's more easily replaceable than Ruele is too. I personally don't really use her on my main account. And even on my alt account, which has a lot less characters built, and Iseria is one of the ones that my alt account has built, she's been seeing less usage overall. So I don't think, at the moment, she's really worth pulling on. And in, like, RTA, you have to have extremely good gear to utilize her in that format. Gear that, if I'm honest, most players are not going to be able to hit. Like, I personally, top 8 in the world, E7WC, probably would not run Iseria in RTA. As for Song of Stars, here's the thing. You can get by without Song of Stars for things like Wyvern. For certain one-shots, that's up to you, right? If you want to one-shot something, you're probably far enough in the game where you can make that decision yourself. But 240 dust for a 5-star non-limited artifact is a lot of dust. And I would recommend you don't buy it for 240 and wait, however long it's going to be for it to come back for 180 in the shop, right? Because a lot of players seem to talk about it like Song of Stars is this mythical artifact that is suddenly going to make everything easier for them. It's not, right? It's a good artifact, right? Like, don't get me wrong, but there are better things and more efficient ways to spend your hard-earned powder from the artifacts, right? The other hero is Melissa, and I actually have both Iseria and Melissa, so I believe she's with her artifact, which is Bloody Rose, which got buffed, but it's still not got great buff. See here, she's ungeared, because I haven't used her in quite a long time. And she is molded a lot, right? S3, S2, fully molded, S1 has some in it too. So I do have a lot of investment in her, like 10 friendship. So she's a unit I used to use quite a bit. Melissa falls into a couple of issues. One, that in RTA, her stat requirement is way too high. On top of that, the unit she counters the most, which is Remnant Violet, has started to build a lot of tanky builds, which she cannot just like one-shot, right? Or like combo together with an S3, S2, right? A lot of the times, if she's built in a way where she'll get her turn off for sure, she's not going to kill. Her overall damage just is not high enough. And then after that, she doesn't really do anything. Which is the other thing. She's almost like a worse Iseria in that case. Where at least Iseria, she does one thing, but she has like attack down, unbuffable, she'll strip, and do things like that too, right? Melissa hits one target, and the target she hits probably lives in a lot of cases. And the days where there were like a lot of Remnant Violets in RTA and things too, even though he is coming back a little bit, that's not RTA, normal arena, right? That's gone too. Normal arena teams are a lot tankier now, and Melissa definitely doesn't have as much impact there. She does have some merits in like Guild Wars now, but not enough where I would say she's worth a pickup. And come on, like you can win Guild Wars with a lot of random things these days. So those are just my opinions on what the upcoming banners are and what you should do with your resources. Keep in mind that despite all the naysayers, I still believe the collab is coming out at the end of the month, and I do believe they will announce what it is next week during the official stream. With that said, thanks for watching. It's been a good one. Nap out.